What's up, everybody? All right, so I'm coming to you. We're going to talk about being an athlete and how athlete training differs from training just random, regular Joe folk, okay? All right, here's what you want to understand. People get bored working out, all right? And that's understandable because they want to be excited because the motivation isn't necessarily there for them. So when you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to get stronger, when you're doing it for a lifestyle, doing the same things over and over again can become quite boring. It's just the nature of the beast. However, when you're working with athletes, very small specific goal, and even more specific as they progress in their age groups and become more specific on the sport. As they're younger, yes, they probably play more sports and we recommend it. So you do need multiple sport skills. As they work their way to high school and college, they probably start to thin out how many sports they play and start to focus on one sport. Play as many sports as you can for as long as you can. Side note, do that. That's what we recommend. However, your skills need to progress for the activities of that sport. So your training needs to, as possible, replicate for that sport, meaning the movements, the requirements of power, speed, conditioning, the short burst activity, the long durational if it's a running sport, like more so soccer, cross country, less so if it's more football and or baseball. You need to replicate and let kids get good at those things, especially skill activities such as hand-eye coordination, balance drills, catching drills, throwing drills. We need repetition, repetition, repetition. We learn from linear progressive repetition, meaning over and over again, make it slightly harder. Over and over again, make it slightly harder. Over and over again, make it slightly harder. Not from variation and random chaos, as we call it. Kids don't learn from just doing haphazard 12,000 things because you never gave them enough time to learn the base level skill set. Allow them the time to learn the base, then you add a little progression on top of that base. A little bit more skill on top of that base. So easy example is throwing. Let them throw from 10 yards away. Then throw from 15 yards away. That's a skill that they can learn at 10, hit the target, and then you increase the intensity by throwing from a larger distance. Okay? If you were to say, hey, we're going to throw, you're going to throw overhand, you're going to throw overhand, now you're going to throw from the side, now you're going to throw from the side, now you're going to throw underhand. All of those are different skills, okay? Different movements that you're tricking the brain into never learning how to do it right. All right? Sports performance, which is my background for the most part, working with athletes, is the same parameters. Meaning let them learn the skill of jumping, of certain exercises for explosion, of certain exercises for strength training, of certain exercises for agility training. And you don't have to keep jumping across different skills or jumping across different activities or different drills in order for them to get good. You want to focus on your key components and improve those key components, all right? The act of doing certain movements very well is more important than doing many things within the training parameters, okay? So for you club coaches, for you PE teachers, for you high school coaches, sports performance training is about refining the skills of the sport, and sports performance training helps by improving the substrate skills: hand-eye coordination, power, strength, agility, balance. Let's work on those drills with a few of your best activities and then go from there. All right, that's all I have for today. If you guys agree with this message, please share it to your friends and family and colleagues so that we can start to spread this message so that more people realize variation is the death of greatness. All right, I just came up with that, but it works really well. So that's all I have. You guys go be awesome.